Hello, everybody. This is Appa Brian with Appa Baseball Classics, bringing to you the next installment of the iconic moments. This is number 13, and it's going to be the Kirk Gibson home run, game one of the 1988 World Series. I thought I had the Appa teams for the 88 Dodgers and the 88 Athletics. I have the 88 A's. I don't have the Dodgers. I have them a copy of the team with Steve's copy deck, but I'm not going to put that on the channel. So since I don't have it from the regular company, we're not going to use Appa for this game. We're going to use Deadball 1909. That's this game. Let me put it in front of me so we can see it. Okay, Deadball by W.M. Akers. It's got 4 editions, at least I know about. I have the first 3. I don't have the 4th one. But Deadball Baseball, we played it on the channel before. I've not played it much, but we'll play it again today because I don't have the Appa teams. And so with Deadball 1909, a dice baseball game, pull up a chair and join me for game one of the 1988 World Series. This is Apple Baseball Classics, where yesterday's stars performed through cards and dice, classic games on our tabletops. Before we begin rolling the dice, let me show you how I wrote out my scorecard. I put the lineups in with their batting target. For example, Carney Lansford is 0 to 28. And 33 is on base percentage. So, and then their position. Lansford is a 28, and then 33 on base target. And then by the pitchers, I put down which dice to use. Belcher was a about 2.90 ERA, so he is a +8 on his pitching die. Dave Stewart was over 3, but below 3.5, so he's a +4. We're ready to begin. Okay, Carney Lansford steps into the box. We're ready to begin. We have Tim Belcher's 8-sided orange die. 2 gray dies will be the hitter's dies, and the 13, the white die, is the one that determines what kind of a hit it is, and it's going to be a hit, 10, and that is a double for Carney Lansford to lead off the game. Got the wrong token out there. Lansford's on second, no outs, already in scoring position. Second batter is Dave Henderson. 37 is a ground ball to shortstop. His target number 36 for walks, that's exceeded by 1. So ground ball to shortstop, that is a productive, that would be a productive out. So Lansford moves to third, 6 to 3. 1 down. A's are 90 feet away. We're already getting on the board. Here is Jose Canseco. His target is 31 for a hit, 39 for a walk. There's a pitch from Belcher. 70-81, that's going to be a ground ball to second base. That's a non-productive out, so the runner will hold. 2 outs. Anything over 70 is non-productive. If the man's on first, that would be a double play. Here is Dave Parker. 2 outs, runner on third. That rolled behind. So we got 36 by 42. That's going to be an out. His on-base target was 31. Ground ball to shortstop. A's threatened, but they strand the runner at first. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. All right, out on the mound is Dave Stewart. He's completing his warm-up tosses. Stewart is a right-handed power pitcher. He's got all the pitches, though. And a little different than Belcher. Belcher's also a power pitcher. Belcher is directly overhand. Has a 12-6 curve. But Stewart, he's using the four-sided red dice. His ERA was over 3, but below 3.5. Steve Sachs steps into the box for LA. There's the first pitch to the Dodgers. 84 is on the out charts for Deadball baseball, 0, 1, and 2 are strikeouts. I think that's too many unless they're a power pitcher. So I make the 2 either a line out or a pop out, and then I'll take the out number of 3. So let's call that a pop out to first base. Sachs is out, 1 out. Franklin Stubbs. 55, that's a ground ball to second. Always read the out dice off the 10-sided gray die. 2 outs. And here is Mickey Hatcher, the left fielder. I think was born in Kansas. Mickey Hatcher rolls a 17. That's going to be a base hit. And 18 is going to be extra bases. Let me check. See, Hatcher only hit 1 home run. 18 is going to be a triple for Mickey Hatcher. All right, like the A's, the Dodgers get a runner on third. There are 2 outs. Here's that hit table. And I modify it with a home run table if, based on their home runs. In Deadball, the home run leader in those days would hit like 12 homers. But on this modification, and also in later editions of Deadball, Mark Akers also modifies his home run chart. But I've got 4 to 12 home runs is a 20, 13 or more homers a batter has, 19, 20 home runs, 22 to 30, 18 to 20, and 31 through 39, 17 to 20, 40 through 48 homers, 16 to 20. And then the next number below it is a triple. So here we go with Hatcher on third. Mike Marshall steps to the bat. His on-base target is 31. Hit target's 28. Here's the pitch from Dave Stewart. And I have something rolling off the table, so we'll do that again. We'll call that a foul ball, and I will try to drop the dice through the dice tower gently. Because otherwise, we'll probably have a lot of these roll off the table. Let's roll these 2 dice first. And now the hit die. And that is a 7 plus 4 is a 11. That's going to be a base hit. A single past the second baseman. And that scores Mickey Hatcher. The Dodgers take a 1-0 lead. RBI for Marshall. Let's put him on first. Hatcher scores. And that brings up center fielder John Shelby. And they're still going kind of crazy through the tower. 54 is 57. That's going to be a ground ball to second base. That ends the Dodgers half of the first, but they get on the board. LA 1 and Oakland nothing. Dice rolling's a little out of control. Let's set the tower over here, see what happens. Leading off for the A's second inning is Mark McGuire. Steinbach's on deck. And that's just as crazy. That roll was a 48. That's going to be an out. 2 is a strikeout. Belcher is a power pitcher getting nearly a strikeout per inning, so I go ahead and give 0, 1, and 2 strikeouts for him. Terry Steinbach. That's still kind of wild. 29, Steinbach that's going to be a base on balls. A walk that's between his hit target and on base target. So Steinbach tosses away the bat, moves to first, one away, and Glenn Hubbard is the batter. Just going to roll with my hands. That way I'll stay together. 98 is a ground ball to shortstop, and that's going to be over 70 for the type of out. It's a double play. 6-4-3 double play. A's are retired in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second. Dodgers won and the A's won. Mike Schuster leads off for LA. That's a 20-32. And that's a walk. His on-base target number is 32, so Schuster will move to first. He's slow. He's not going to be a threat to steal. Jeff Hamilton, the third baseman. 51 is a fly ball to right field. That's a productive out. Schuster will tag and go to second. One down. Here is Alfredo Griffin, eighth place hitter. Griffin will be walked intentionally. Oh no, I take that back. He's only 199 hitter, so 20 is his on-base target. Stewart will pitch to him. Here's a stretch and a pitch to Alfredo Griffin, and we've got a roll of 51. That's a ground out to second base. 4-3, productive out. Schuster goes to third, 2 outs. And now the pitcher, Tim Belcher. 071 hitter through the season, and he didn't get any walks, so he doesn't have an on-base target. He does have a base hit target. That's a 7. Roll is 101. That's going to be a ground out to second. 3 outs. We go to the top of the third. Dodgers 1, A's 0. Like I said, the top of the second, it is the top of the third inning. And we got Belcher with his 8-sided dice. I probably was rolling the wrong dice on the last one. I told you I made mistakes. I should have had the 4-sided dice for Stewart. But we're gonna go with that, with what we've done. Walt Weiss will lead off for the A's. Belcher goes into the windup. Here's the pitch to the shortstop, Weiss. 42 is beyond his numbers, and that's a ground ball to third base. Jeff Hamilton throws out Walt Weiss. Dave Stewart comes to bat. He didn't have any at-bats because of the DH in the American League. He was 0 for 3 in the playoffs, or at least in the World Series. So he had 1 walk. So we're going to give him a 25% chance for his on base, and we'll give him 1 to 10 opportunity for a hit. Here's the pitch to Dave Stewart. And I'll give that for any pitcher who doesn't have any at-bats. At least 1 to 10 would be a hit. So 67 plus 8, that's an out. Fly ball to left field. Stewart's retired. Made contact. Here is Carney Lansford. Led off the game with a double. Pitch to Lansford is a 40. That's above his on-base number, and that's a fly out to right field. We go to the bottom of the third. A's 0, Dodgers 1. All right, I feel like this game is moving along pretty fast. Stewart goes back to his 4-sided dice. Top of the order, Steve Sachs steps in for LA. And that's a roll of 9. And 4 is a single for Steve Sachs. He's got some speed. Stole 42 bases, was caught 12 times. I think you know me by now. I might be highly tempted to try and steal. Franklin Stubbs is the batter. And there goes Sachs. The steal is a 4-sided die, 1 to 3. No, wait a minute. It's a 8-sided die, 1 to 3. He's out. 4 to 8. He's safe. 8. He is safe. Sachs steals second. He's in scoring position for Franklin Stubbs. He's going to square around and bunt. 1 to 3 is safe. On the 4-sided die, 6 will tell me the direction. That's the wrong side. I'm going to roll a 6-sided die. 3 is a successful sacrifice fielded by the third baseman. 5-4. And Sachs goes to third, 1 down. I don't know of any way to get wild pitches and pass balls in this game. It's probably in one of those 3 books somewhere, but I'm just not aware of it, so we're not going to have any pass balls or wild pitches. And Mickey Hatcher is the batter. His challenge is to try to get something in the air deep enough to score the runner at third. Here's the pitch to Mickey Hatcher. 45 is a 1. That's a strikeout on the out dice. 2 outs. Key strikeout for Dave Stewart. Here's Mike Marshall. 28 is on his hit target. Here's the pitch. And it's a 24. That's a base hit. That scores Steve Sachs. Dodgers take advantage of their scoring opportunity again, and they take a 2-0 lead over Dave Stewart. Marshall is 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Here's John Shelby. Shelby rolls a 42. That's beyond his numbers. 9 is a fly out to right field. 3 outs. Dodgers add 1. We go to the 4th. 2-0 LA. In the 4th, Dave Henderson is scheduled to hit Jose Canseco and then Dave Parker. We go back to the 8-sided die for Tim Belcher. 64 is going to be a ground out to the shortstop. Alfredo Griffin throws out Dave Henderson, 1 down. Here is Jose Canseco. 47 is a ground out to second base. His on-base target was 39. 5 over, we'll check for an error. That was more than 5. Here's Dave Parker. I may have forgot to check for errors before. Numbers 5 over the on-base total. We roll a 6-sided die, see if an error. Both teams 5 or 6 on the next roll would be an error. 5 would be a 1-base error. 6 would be a 2-base error. Here's Dave Parker. 96, 104. That's going to be a ground out to short. So that is 8 batters in a row retired by Tim Belcher. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 2-0 Dodgers. Again, we swap the pitcher's dice for Stewart. He is a +4. And Mike Scioscia steps into the box for LA to start the last of the 4th inning. 69 plus 170. That's going to be a fly out to right field. 1 down. Here is Jeff Hamilton. That's 100. And 6 is the out dice, so ground out to shortstop. Hamilton is thrown out by Walt Weiss, 2 outs. Alfredo Griffin, 199 hitter in 1988. 77 is a roller to second base. Glenn Hubbard throws to first. 3 outs. We go to the top of the 5th. 2-0 the Dodgers. In dead ball baseball, pitchers are allowed to pitch 6 innings before their fatigue sets in, but it sets in the next inning, in the 7th inning, and you lower their grade by 1 die. Mark McGwire steps in the box to lead off the 5th for the Athletics. Here's the pitch to McGwire. 39 plus 6, 45. That's going to be an out. Fly out to right field. 1 down. Dave Park. Here is Terry Steinbach, the catcher. 70. It's a fly out to center field. 2 outs. Glenn Hubbard. A's leadoff batter, Carney Lansford hit a double, but they've not had a hit since. 69 is a ground ball to shortstop. 3 outs. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Belcher has retired 11 A's in a row. All right, for the last of the 5th inning, Tim Belcher will lead off. His hit target is 7. Rolls a 80. That's going to be a fly out to center field. At least he made contact. 1 down. Here is Steve Sachs. 34 for Steve Sachs is 1 above his on-base number. Let's roll a 6-sided die, see if there's an error. 5 or 6 will be an error. Not be an error, that's 1's a strikeout. I'll let that take precedence, so we won't. Well, we'll see if the catcher catches it. He didn't catch it. That is an error. 6. And it rolls back to the screen. Sachs will reach on the strikeout and go to second with the error. 6. Roll. So an error on a catcher. Terry Steinbach. So there's Steve Sachs at second. 1 down. Here is Franklin Stubbs. 59 is a fly ball to left field. That's a productive out. So Sachs is able to tag up and go to third. 2 outs. He's 90 feet away, and Mickey Hatcher is the batter with Mike Marshall on deck. Marshall's driven in both the Dodger runs. So Hatcher first. Here's the pitch to Hatcher. 47 is going to be a out. Ground out to first base, unassisted. 3 outs. Dodgers don't score. Let's go to the top of the 6th. 2-0 LA. Once again, we switch the orange pitch die to the 8 for Tim Belcher. Walt Weiss, Dave Stewart, and Carney Lansford are the scheduled batters. Here is Walt Weiss. That's a 30 roll for Weiss and a base on balls. His on-base target was 31, so put Weiss at first base. No outs. Weiss stole only 4 bases, was caught 4 times, so he's probably going to hold it first. But Dave Stewart might try to bunt him over, and that's exactly what's going to happen. 1 through 3 will be a successful bunt. 4 is not. See who fielded that. 3, picked up by the first baseman. He throws to second to retire Weiss. Scored a fielder's choice and put Dave Stewart at first base. 1 out. Here is the top of the order. Carney Lansford, 1 for 2 with a double. 52 is a ground ball to second base. Runner goes to second. Productive out. That's 2 outs. 70 or more on that out roll would have been a double play. Dave Henderson, 2 outs, runner on scoring position. 89 is a ground ball to third base. 3 outs. A's still don't score. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th, 2-0 Los Angeles. All right, Mike Marshall will lead off. He's 2 for 2, 2 singles, 2 RBIs. John Shelby's on deck. Pitch to Marshall is a leaner. We'll make that 76. He's out. 80. Ground out to shortstop. 1 out. Here is John Shelby. .52 is a fly out to center field. Caught by Dave Henderson. 2 outs. Mike Scioscia, the catcher, who is the best catcher I can ever remember at blocking home plate. Of course, those rules have changed, but I don't think I've ever seen anybody block home plate better than Mike Scioscia. 46, 49 is going to be an out, ground out to short. 3 outs. We go to the top of the 7th. That's a fatigue inning for both pitchers. 2-0 Dodgers. Now, pitcher fatigue. Let's see. If they allow 3 runs in an inning, drop their grade. 4 plus in 2 innings, drop their grade. For every run allowed over 4 runs. And then for every inning pitched past 6 innings. So Belcher has now pitched 6 innings, and he goes to a 4 die, orange die, plus 4 orange die, as if he was a 3.0 or more earned run average. Leading off for the A's is Jose Canseco in the top of the 6th. And that's a 7-9. That's a single for Jose Canseco. Only the second A's hit of the game. Stole 40 bases in 1988. And he's going to try to steal here. Or not. Because if he's thrown out, takes off. The batter is a potential tie and run, so he's not going to go. Parker's swinging. Dave Parker is 0 for 2, 2 times grounded out the shortstop. Maybe he should go. Might be a double play, but we're not stealing. And that's going to be a 10. That's a hit for Parker. 10's a single, and Canseco will go to third. First and third A's. No outs. And Mark McGwire coming to the plate. They can play the infield in. Let's see what that means. I don't use the same defensive role, defensive roles, but so I think I'll just go with a home rule. Then I'm going to increase the batting average by 5 with the infield playing in. That would make McGwire 31 instead of 26. Not going to play the infield in. We'll play for a double play. It's first and third. 2-run advantage. Here's the pitch to McGwire. That's a 75 ground ball to first place. It's over 70 for a non-productive out, so it will be a 3-6-3 double play, allowing Canseco to score. No RBI, no play, but the A's are on the board. It's Los Angeles 2, Oakland 1. And that takes everybody off the bases. 2 outs, and Terry Steinbach comes to bat. Steinbach rolls a 38. That's over his number, but within 5, so we'll roll for defense. Makes the play. Ground out the second. 4-3. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The A's are on the board. Los Angeles 2, Oakland 1. For the bottom of the 7th, Dave Stewart has pitched 6 innings, so we reduce his grade by 1. We still rule a 4-sided die, but now we subtract it from the 2 gray die instead of add it. And Jeff Hamilton steps in the box for Los Angeles, and there's the half of the 7th. Here's the pitch. It's a 92, ground ball to first base, taken by McGwire, unassisted, 1 out. That gets us to Alfredo Griffin, great defender, but only a 199 hitter in 1988. 75 is a ground out to first base, flips to Stewart covering, 2 outs. Now the pitcher, Tim Belcher, target is 7. Didn't get any walks, so there won't be any help there. 93 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. 3 outs. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Got a tight one in LA. Dodgers 2 and the A's 1. Belcher is still on the hill for Los Angeles. His pitch die has moved to the 4 die, and it's added to the 2 gray die. Glenn Hubbard is the first A's batter, the A's second baseman. 88 is a fly ball to left field. Mickey Hatcher is under it and picks it out of the sky for the first out. Here's Walt Weiss. Bottom of the A's order, they don't have a hit yet in this game. 95 is a ground ball to first base. Franklin Stubbs has it, flips to Belcher covering, 2 outs. And now Dave Stewart steps into the box. Here's the pitch from Stewart. Let's see, 45 is another roller to first base, this time unassisted. Go to the bottom of the 8th. LA 2, Oakland 1. All right, up for the Dodgers is the top of the order, Steve Sachs. We're using the 4-sided die for Dave Stewart and subtracting rather than adding it to the total. That gives the hitter a better chance to get a hit. Steve Sachs, the batter. Here's the pitch. That's a 8. That's going to be a 19. Sachs hit 5 homers. That's not enough. He needs 4 for a homer. But the next one under it will be a triple. A triple for Steve Sachs, leading off the 8th. Timeout. All right, that's the end of the line for Dave Stewart. He pitched an outstanding game, but he has given up 2 runs in 7 innings. New pitcher is going to be Dennis Eckersley. And his pitch die will be is a +4. He had a 2.85 ERA in 1988. So a +4 pitch die. He's pitching to Franklin Stubbs. And the infield will play in. My home rules, I had 5 to the batting average of Stubbs. That's going to make him a 27 hit target. 72 is a 1 that's a strikeout. 1 out. Eckersley wipes out Stubbs. Here's Mickey Hatcher, who is 1 for 3 with a triple. If I play the infield in, that'll make him a 340 hitter. And I don't like that. So we'll move the infield back. His hit target is 29. Here's the pitch. 68, ground ball to third. And that is a productive out. That's going to allow the runner to score. That would be one of those Hosmer deals in the World Series where they throw to first and then he takes off. So Sachs scores. RBI for Hatcher on the ground out, and it's now 3-1 Dodgers. Here is Mike Marshall. Marshall's 2 for 3. Bases are now clear. 55 is a 2. That's a Eckersley I consider a strikeout pitcher because he struck out about 1 per inning. And so that 2 turns into a strikeout. That's all for the Dodgers. They score. It's now 3-1 LA. We go to the top of the 9th. Tim Belcher looking to throw a complete game. And let's see. Eckersley is the plus, I'm not sure if I said 4. Might have been pitching with the wrong. He should be a +8 die at ERA is below 3. So +8 for Eckersley. I said I'd make mistakes in this game. It's, you know, you have to play a game a dozen times or so. And I maybe have played this a dozen times, but it's been quite a while. I did play before this game a practice game between the same 2 teams, same situation. It was a 1-1 game. I gave it up after 12 innings of the practice game. Let's see, the iconic moment did come out with Eckersley pitching to Kirk Gibson. In the 8th inning, he drew a walk. It's not going to come up in this game because now we're in the top of the 9th, and if Belcher can hold off the A's, that'll be it. Top of the order for the A's, Carney Lancer is in the batter's box. Belcher is using the 4-sided die because he's tired, and the orange 4 die is added to the 2 gray. Here's the pitch to Carney Lansford. 92 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Belcher is a strikeout pitcher, but he's only struck out 2 in this game. He had quite a few strikeouts in the practice game. Dave Henderson comes to bat. A's are down to 2 outs. Here's the roll. And that's a 21. That's going to be a hit, and 16 for Dave Henderson. 24 homers makes 18 to 20 for a homer. 16 is 1 below the triple number, so that's a double for Dave Henderson. 1 out. He's in scoring position, the potential tying run. Timeout. Dodgers are going to bring in a fresh arm. That's Alejandro Pena plus 12 dice. At a 1.71 ERA in 1988. Alejandro Pena on the mound for LA. Belcher pitched well, but he has kind of run to the end of his rope. Dave Parker is the batter for Oakland. Here's the pitch to Dave Parker. And that's a 9. That's going to be a 9. And 2 is a single, one base advance. That sends Henderson to third. Parker's at first. Parker's 2 for 4. And the A's are threatening. They've got the go-ahead run at first, a tie run at second base. That was Canseco, not Parker, but same result. Jose Canseco was the batter. Now Dave Parker. Dave Parker's target is 26. 31 is the on base. Alejandro Pena on the mound. Here's the pitch. That's a 79. That's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Huge strikeout by Pena. 2 outs. And now it's up to Mark McGwire. Big Mac steps into the box. Not far removed from that outstanding rookie season he had where he hit, I think, 49 homers. He's got 32 in 1988. 260 is his hit target. On base is 35. 2 outs, last opportunity for the A's. Here's the pitch from Pena. 99, won't get it done. That's a ground ball to first base. Franklin Stubbs steps on the bag. That's the ball game. Dodgers 3 and the A's 1. We'll be back with a wrap-up. All right, to wrap this game up, the Dodgers take Game 1 of the 1988 World Series. They scored 1 run on 5 hits. They committed 1 error, a throwing error by the catcher, Terry Steinbach, on a strikeout that was missed. And the Dodgers, their line score was 3 runs, 5 hits, and they committed no errors. Winning pitcher was Tim Belcher, 8 1/3 innings, 1 earned run surrendered. Alejandro Pena gets a save. And Dave Stewart is the hard luck loser, gave up 2 base hits to Mike Marshall at the wrong time, and he pitched 7 innings. He's the losing pitcher. Star of the game is Tim Belcher, 8 1/3 pitch, 1 earned run. Now let's talk about Deadball. I think there is a place for Deadball, a baseball with dice. If you have a desire to play some teams that you don't have regular cards from other games, you can play any team that you have stats for, or you can make up your own players. In these books, it shows you a process for creating your own teams, your own league. There's lots of helpful things. I got my idea about my home rule for rolling doubles on balls after hit by pitch, I think, from these books. But it's something I like to use if I don't have the cards on 2 teams. I have only the Apba team of the 88 A's. I don't have the Dodgers. Should order those. They'll be only $10. And I should order a few other teams that I would like to use in this iconic series, like the 26 Yankees. I don't have them. So that might be in the future. I might pick up a few teams that way. Looked up on eBay, and it was $16 to $20 for the 88 Dodgers. It'd be better to order a new set for $10. And also get the other World Series team, which I already have. At any rate, a little different game on the Apple channel today. Deadball, baseball with dice, using these charts, which are quick reference charts, and primarily this one. And that's downloadable off the internet. All right, thanks for watching. This is Appa Brian and Appa Baseball Classics signing off, saying so long, everybody.